Hello luxury enthusiast, welcome to today's video. We're diving into the glamorous world of Princess Alexia of Greece and Denmark. A royal who's lived a life filled with luxury, diplomacy, and remarkable family history. She may not be the most famous royal, but her story is fascinating, balancing a blend of Greek and Danish heritage while living a life outside the spotlight. Let's take a closer look at her early life, her royal family, her career, and what makes her stand out in the world of European royalty. Early life and royal background. Princess Alexia was born on July 10, 1965, in Morne Repos, a palace on the Greek island of Corfu. She was the first child of King Constantine II of Greece and Queen Anne-Marie of Denmark, two well-known figures in European royalty. Her lineage is nothing short of prestigious. On her father's side, she is the granddaughter of King Paul of Greece and Queen Frederica. On her mother's side, she descends from King Frederick IX of Denmark and Queen Ingrid. This royal mix makes her not only a princess of Greece but also a princess of Denmark, tying her to two of Europe's oldest monarchies. Alexia's childhood was an unusual one due to political upheaval. In 1967, just 2 years after she was born, a military coup in Greece forced her family into exile. The Greek monarchy was abolished in 1973, and the family found themselves navigating life as royals without a throne. They moved to Rome and later to England, where Alexia was primarily raised. Despite these political challenges, Alexia's upbringing was rich with royal tradition and privilege. Education and her love for the sea. Unlike some royals, who may embrace public life from a young age, Alexia chose a quieter path. She attended a boarding school in England and later pursued higher education at the University of London. She earned a degree in history and education, which set the foundation for her professional life. But it wasn't just books that captivated Princess Alexia, it was also the sea. Her love for sailing was nurtured early, likely stemming from her family's long-standing connection to the water. Her father, King Constantine, is an Olympic gold medalist in sailing. Alexia herself became an accomplished sailor, participating in various regattas and developing a deep passion for the ocean. This love for the sea would play a significant role in her later life, influencing where she would eventually settle down. A royal wedding with a Spanish twist. In 1999, Princess Alexia made headlines when she married a Spanish architect, Carlos Morales Quintana. The wedding took place in London, and it was a grand affair attended by royals from all over Europe. Though her marriage did not carry the same diplomatic weight as some royal unions, it was nonetheless a high-profile event. What made it unique was the fact that Alexia chose a non-royal partner, highlighting the more modern approach her generation of royals was starting to adopt. Carlos Morales Quintana is far from the typical prince consort. An architect by profession, he has remained largely out of the public eye. The couple has maintained a relatively low profile, particularly when compared to Alexia's more famous siblings and cousins in European royalty. But their relationship has proven to be a stable and successful one, and they share a common passion for the sea, architecture, and family life. Life in the Canary Islands. After their wedding, Alexia and Carlos made a surprising choice in terms of where to settle down. They moved to Lanzarote, one of Spain's Canary Islands, located off the coast of Africa. This was a far cry from the traditional royal palaces of Europe, but for Alexia, it was the perfect fit. Lanzarote is known for its beautiful landscapes, volcanic terrain, and rich marine life, which suits Alexia's love for the sea. Here, she and her husband built a home, and she took on the role of a private citizen, keeping a low profile compared to many of her royal counterparts. Their decision to live on the Canary Islands rather than in the bustling royal circles of Europe gives a unique twist to Alexia's story. On the island, Alexia and her family live a relatively quiet life, though she remains connected to the broader royal family and occasionally attends royal events. But for the most part, she has chosen a life away from the media spotlight, focusing on raising her 4 children and her personal passions. Family life and motherhood. Princess Alexia and Carlos Morales have 4 children: Arietta, Ana Maria, Carlos, and Emilia. Unlike many royals who raise their children in the public eye, Alexia and Carlos have kept their family life very private. This decision aligns with the couple's overall approach to life, enjoying the privileges of royalty but without the constant scrutiny that often accompanies it. Motherhood has been central to Alexia's life in the Canary Islands. She has embraced the quieter pace of life there, focusing on raising her children in a more grounded environment than some other European royals. The island offers a mix of cultural diversity and a strong sense of community, which has undoubtedly shaped the upbringing of her children. They lead relatively normal lives, far from the royal spotlight. Although Alexia has largely stayed out of public view, her children have occasionally appeared in royal events, particularly in Denmark, where they still have close ties. This mix of private life and royal heritage gives Alexia's children a unique upbringing, part of one of Europe's oldest royal families, but without the constant media attention many royals face. Her continued role in the royal family. Though she may live far from the royal courts of Europe, Princess Alexia is still a member of the Greek and Danish royal families. She remains close to her siblings, including her brother Crown Prince Pavlos of Greece and her sister Princess Theodora. She also enjoys strong ties to the Danish royal family through her mother, Queen Anne-Marie, who was the youngest daughter of King Frederick IX of Denmark. In fact, Alexia regularly attends family gatherings and royal celebrations, particularly in Denmark, where she maintains a close relationship with Queen Margrethe II, her aunt. Though Greece no longer has a monarchy, Alexia's royal status remains intact, and she continues to represent her family at important events. Her position in the royal family also extends to philanthropy. Princess Alexia has been involved in various charitable efforts throughout her life, though, like many other aspects of her existence, this work has largely remained under the radar. Much of her focus has been on education and child development, likely stemming from her academic background in education. The quiet but significant influence. What makes Princess Alexia so fascinating is that while she doesn't seek the spotlight, her life is full of stories worth telling. From her lineage and royal upbringing to her love for the sea and her quiet family life in the Canary Islands, Alexia's world is glamorous but in a more subtle way. She's lived through historical moments like the exile of the Greek royal family and has navigated her role in European royalty with grace and discretion. Her decision to step away from the pomp and circumstance of royal life to focus on her family and personal interests shows that there's more to being royal than tiaras and titles. Alexia's story is a reminder that the glamorous world of royalty doesn't always have to be loud to be impactful. Princess Alexia of Greece and Denmark is a royal who has quietly carved out her own path. Her life, while not filled with the usual fanfare of royal engagements and public appearances, offers a unique perspective on what it means to be royal in the modern world. She remains deeply connected to her family's royal heritage, but she's done so on her terms, living a life that blends tradition with personal freedom. From her Greek and Danish roots to her family life in the Canary Islands, Alexia's world is as glamorous as it is grounded. And that balance is what makes her story so compelling. Thanks for watching, and be sure to subscribe to learn more about fascinating figures from the world of royalty.